Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. My name is Victoria Pikowska, and I'm the founder of Victory Art. And today we're having another session of our amazing seminars, which are here in order to help you artists to actually progress further in your career. I would love to mention that we're doing these seminars in collaboration with Norway Fund, and that you can actually go to our Victory Art website at victoryart.eu, and you can check the whole page about seminars and get to know what's the program for upcoming weeks. You can as well find there all seminars transcriptions and as well links to videos where you can actually check the previous seminars, and you can actually access them whenever you need. So today we're going to have really amazing discussion about consistency and staying in line with your brand. This is something what we personally at Victory Art love to see in artists. However, sometimes we very much struggle to see it in artists. So that's why this is one of the key topics for this seminar. So one more time, very briefly about Victory Art. We're a team of art lovers who is here to break stereotypes about Eastern Europe and help to build new perceptions. So I would love to welcome you back. Please be mindful of others who are speaking. At the same time, keep your microphone off until we have questions and answers, so Q&A. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to put it directly in the chat or ask it in the end. And even if you need something from our team or you have questions about seminars, you can always contact us at curator@victoryart.eu. So today, as I mentioned already before, we're going to talk about how to stay consistent and build your brand. So we will discuss as well how to create consistent style, and how to embrace consistency, and why actually the consistency is important for you as an artist. So consistency is actually a thing which helps you and your audience to really understand you. I would love to give example of a chain franchise, which is worldwide and everybody knows it. It's McDonald's. McDonald's is very well known for the yellow logo, which is usually connected with red color. This contrast is literally known for McDonald's. Every single time you hear yellow and red, it's McDonald's. So this is amazing example of branding. And you as an artist, you really want to achieve this. You want to achieve that when someone will look at your paintings, they will know like, oh, this is, let's say, Joseph. This is the artist Joseph who is working on abstract art, and I can see the signature. So it's not about painting the same art all over again, but it's having a specific, unique thing which you're regularly using for people to understand you and to actually define who you are. So it can be. It can mean for your audience that you're keeping a message consistent, like maybe you're painting water, or that the representation is same, or the vibe from the art piece is same, or it can be the similar presentation of your artworks. It can be really different things what we're going to talk about, but there has to be a certain repeating element. So if you do not have your brand and if you're not consistent, then your fan base or people who like your art cannot really define what is your style, what is your art really. And this can lead to a very scary place for artists, and that is confusion from the potential art buyers. We already discussed before that you as an artist, you should have a vision for you and for your career. However, It's important as well to have it for collectors, because if people will not understand your art, if they don't see a certain unique element in it which you're regularly using, then they will not feel like they want to buy you, because they will feel like you did not develop yourself yet. You don't know who you are as an artist. And that's a sign for collectors and for art lovers to not invest in you, because you're not consistent. You don't know who you are. They don't understand you because you don't understand yourself yet. So when you're thinking of your art, always give yourself this one question: why am I unique? What connects all of my art pieces? What should I focus more on? Well, in general, it can be, for example, knowing what you want to say to people. Like you can, for example, keep painting art pieces about, let's say, mental illnesses. We have one artist who is painting literally art pieces about mental illnesses. We have artists who is using 24 karat gold. We have artists who are using only sustainable materials. We have artists who are having African similarities in art pieces. We have artists who created own style and actually one own technique. So it's important that you know your message. So what's the thing you want to tell to people? What's deep dive into you? This will give you much more professional tone in front of art lovers and art collectors, and they will be very interested to actually talk to you. About your audience, it's as well important to understand them and to target them properly. So, for example, if you're an artist, it does not mean you have to be liked by all the people. You will never be liked by all the people, and not everybody will be your target audience or the one you will want to connect with. However, it's crucial to really think about who I want to work with. Is it art collectors? Is it like established art collectors or emerging art collectors? Is it galleries, museums? Yeah, so like do research about your audience, create one audience, but these are the audience, and orient as well around them. Because in order to be successful, you have to find your niche. And this is literally, you have to find your niche. Otherwise, you will not be ever able to communicate with people properly. At the same time, your actions should align with your brand. So this can be about different things. This can be about posting on social media, can be about your vision, can be about your slogan. In general, it's about the representation of yourself. So let's say that I would love to give like this extreme example right now. So let's say that if you are using materials that are sustainable or environmental friendly, and you try to brand yourself as an artist who's working with sustainable materials, it's very important to not not post on your social media, I don't know, content which is connected with companies who are producing, I don't know, gas for cars. This is as well an extreme example, but I really want you to understand like what it means. So if me as an artist, if I'm showing to the world that I really want to support environment and support nature, then I'm not gonna at the same time support someone who is hurting the mother earth. So this is like these are the actions which has to be in line with your brand. So if you're doing things which are very opposite against like what you believe in, then people will not understand you, people will not support you, because like who they should support, they will really don't know it. So please guys, think about it, because those are very important things which many artists don't get. But is number one thing what people look at. We can maybe have look as well on maybe big companies, or who could be a great example. I'm just thinking about, let's say, Banksy. Majority of you here gonna know Banksy. He is perfect example of artist who's consistent. He has certain style, he has certain technique, he is unique in a way he creates his art pieces, in sense that he is changing what is he doing and where is he doing and how is he doing, but this is his branding, right? He is well known that people can never expect the same thing from him. They don't know where he appears next time, so it's not consistent, but it's so inconsistent that people already know him for that. So this became his consistency. So this is as well very interesting to think about, because you can be very consistent in your inconsistency, and this can be your brand, as for example Banksy's. So it doesn't very much matter what you choose, it matters the form you present your brand through. Another thing is that interaction with people you're working with, it doesn't matter whether those are companies or big brands or galleries, museums, followers, whatever, should be as well consistent. So if your opinions, or like the way you're writing or the way you interact with people is let's say not consistent, they don't know whether they can really rely on you as an artist. So for example, in our case, we had to sadly as well cancel last year one exhibition with artists, because the artist was so inconsistent that we just like gave up on the cooperation with that specific artist, because we were like, okay, so this artist has potential, however we cannot rely on him, we cannot have proper communication with this person. We feel like his presence on social media was all over the place, was not consistent. So we actually ended the collaboration, because we just really felt like this is not really going anywhere. So you as an artist, you have the responsibility to put interaction with people you work with, and as well with your fans, as a first thing. Because if you do not like show them that you put effort and you really value it, and you will not be consistent with this, people will not be interested in working with you. And in terms of branding, maybe right now what I'm saying to you seems like kind of overwhelming, in the sense that basically you feel like, oh, okay, so I have to stick to something right now and I cannot do anything else. No, this is not true. You can adjust your brand a little bit. I'm not saying that you go completely overboard, but every single brand is developing. I mean, even when you think about big brands like Nike, or when you think about big brands as Apple, it was actually the development of their brand was in the beginning pretty inconsistent, but now they're more and more consistent. So I actually saw amazing post on LinkedIn, I believe, on of the development of logo of Nike and Apple, and they went through massive development of their brand. However, they stood consistent with one element. Let's say Apple is very well known for literally having apple and apple, like the fruit, as a logo. And they always had apple, but once it was purple, one it looked like a rainbow, then it was blue, now it's gray, completely like very simple gray, even no shadow. Before it had very weird like 3D effects and shadows. So they developed their brand. However, they were consistent in having that specific logo. So you as an artist, you can keep developing yourself. However, there should be this one element which will make you still consistent. Some of our artists, as I mentioned, it's the fact that they're working, let's say, with one color, with one technique, 24 karat gold. They have a specific crazy vibe that they're putting in their artworks, and it just works for them well. So, if we should think about branding in general, it means to stay consistent with your branding guideline. I know I'm using this word consistency too often today, but it's literally about that thing. It's literally about staying consistent with your language. So, for example, when we're really thinking about branding guidelines for whatever brand, it can be even Adidas. It usually includes logos, font, main colors, and as well specific examples how you should use logos, fonts, and main colors. And you only have to do it that specific way. If you're not doing it that way, then you're not consistent with your brand. Even Victory Art has at this point, I believe, 30 to 40 page long branding guideline. I even don't know at this point, but it's pretty big one, which says to everybody who are working with us, you have to do this, you have to do that, in order to communicate properly with people that this is Victory Art and this is what we're doing. And so even if you feel like, oh, maybe this would be beneficial for me as an artist, do it. It's fine. If you feel like using emojis, incorporate it, but be consistent and own it. Well, the best way how you can build your brand is to actually create as much art as possible, whether it's like painting, drawing, photograph, music, and keep producing it and producing it. I'm not saying that you have to publish everything. Many things you can keep for yourself. People don't necessarily have to see it. But try to think about it and try to find the best thing what really fits you, because the thing what you perceive as something what fits you nowadays that might not fit you in, let's say, half year. And so what you can do is that you can even like start creating a smaller paintings, like if you're an artist, like you can literally start doing like this small, I think it's like 4x4 inches or something, big art pieces. We have artists who are doing that because they want to do it every day, but they just don't have time to really paint massive artworks. So you can go for it, or you can wake up like 1 hour sooner every day and just really enjoy the silence before everybody else wakes up and before like the life gets crazy and you have to go to work, or like maybe your children wakes up, and you can just challenge yourself, give yourself that hour and work on what you really love. Well, when we're thinking about the other kind or other side, it's great to experiment. However, it's even better to really think about what you want to do as an artist and already start developing what you perceive as that great thing, right? So if you feel like, oh, I really want to paint flowers, then you don't necessarily have to keep exploring like paintings of animals or figurative paintings. No, you can directly focus on flowers, right? Like if that's what you really feel is your passion, then do that. You don't have to keep trying everything, in the beginning, it's much better to spend and invest hours in what you really want. So I heard this nice quote that you become a professional or like good at something when you spend 10,000 hours really doing that. So think about it as an artist. From my personal experience, when I was photographer or now when I'm CEO of a company, I can say it's true. Like for me, it's 10,000 hours for everything. It's like 10,000 hours for before it was 10,000 hours for perfecting my photography. I was struggling with my branding either, and I wish that I had this kind of knowledge I have now. Nowadays, being CEO, running a team, running a company, uh, doing business development, it's as well 10,000 hours in order to become professional at it. So don't get discouraged, okay? Um, Even when you sometimes feel like, oh, I'm running out of the inspiration, the best thing what you can do is to sometimes relax or talk to other artists or go and have fun with your friends or maybe find inspiration in nature. Like there are many things you can do. And as well, think about your art style. So, should it be crazy? Should it be funky? Should it be? Should it? How it should make people feel when they look at your art? Should it inspire them? Should it make them feel like they're happy or that they are sad? Like, what do you want to actually tell them through your art? Majority of people don't know that. They just like create for the sake of creation, and this is definitely not bad. This is great to do that. However, at some point when you really want to level up your art and make it much better, then you have to ask yourself, like, what do I want people to see in my paintings? You know, what like why they should even look at them? Like what do I want to explain to it? Because nowadays contemporary art, majority of people don't understand it, and contemporary art is like that exciting for some people that annoying, because it has so many levels to it that people cannot understand just the physical form of art, but there are like many more different perspectives to it. So is this something you want to do, or you want it to be more simple and more like aesthetically pleasing? So those are crucial things for your audience to really understand it and connect with you and feel like they're really enjoying your art. Um, Amazing thing is to work on a series or collection of art pieces at the in same time, you know. So it's not about like, oh, like I want to create collection of water and of flowers and of portraits in 1 year, but it's more like very much focusing on what you're doing. Last week, on Tuesday, I had chance to participate in one art seminar, which took place in Rotterdam. And I went there because it was art and media and technology, and it was basically interaction of art within 21st century. And there was an artist who was talking about his art, and I was very much astonished by him because his consistency and his branding was about making people feel up to a certain point even angry at him. Like he created a series of paintings, like beautiful paintings, and he wrote there like, you can only buy it if you buy 3 other paintings. You can only buy this painting if you're gonna donate it somewhere. You can only buy this painting if you're gonna, I don't know, purchase another 5 by this time. So his way of talking to people was literally making them kind of angry or kind of like cheated on, literally, like making them frustrated. Or like he made a guide for random people to come to his studio and paint artworks for him, and then he claimed the ownership. And this was something what for majority of artists is like not even acceptable, right? But for him, like it just works so well. And to be honest, I never saw artists who would perceive his art like that. So he was creating collections of artworks. He worked on the specific collection approximately a year, but it was like his style was not having style and always making people feel kind of angry. And I found it personally very astonishing. So think about what is your unique style. Maybe you're from a very unique country in the world. Maybe people don't understand your culture. That can be as well your advantage. So you don't have to only, come from Western Europe in order to become a great artist. No, you can you can really use something what can seem as a disadvantage in your advantage. Um, and if you're still trying to look for your art, as I mentioned, that previous artist, maybe your way of doing art is to not have a style, but always make people feel a specific way. Or let's say maybe you are fascinated by fire, so you can make, I don't know, sculptures of fires. Maybe you can do remix, like music remix with fire. Maybe you can paint fires, take pictures of fire, drawings, like that can be your topic, like explore fire in 1,000 ways as well. So it's not that much about what you're doing, but how you're doing it. So creating the consistency should be connected with something you love, you feel passionate about, because no matter what you choose, you will have to work on it very hard, or and yeah, it's very hard and probably for a longer period. So it's not going to be like 1 month thing. That doesn't happen even in famous artist careers who are very successful. So no matter what you will choose, make sure that you're passionate about it, because unless you feel very passionate about what you're really working on, and then you will not be able to really put your heart into it and literally sell it to people, so the collection is usually, let's say, 10 to 20 paintings. Sometimes artists do even more, but um, well, already doing 20 paintings, if we think about it, is already pretty demanding process. So make sure that you will be able to just enjoy that. Yeah, and that's in general the number one thing you should do in your art career, to really work on something you love, because when you love it, your audience, they will feel it. They will really feel like they can trust you, that you're authentic, your authentic self. So if you try the new things, don't be afraid to improve yourself. Don't be afraid to experiment. Okay, it's still fine. And in any case, you can always come back to your artwork, and you can just try to make it better according to your new style, your improved style. Because you as an artist, you will be always developing, and maybe that can be as well one of your topics, that you can just like revisit your previous works and try to make them even better than they were before. And it's as well great to give yourself a parameters, so you hold yourself accountable in the sense that you tell yourself like, yes, I really uh, want to do, I don't know, 20 pieces in 1 year, and be accountable for that. Be like, really own it. We already discussed this constant evolving, but at the same time, it's good to as well slow down, look at your progress, and think about what you achieved, and if you're not going totally opposite direction than you wanted. So think about that you can do it once a month or once in 2 months, that you just really sit down in your studios or in front of your pictures, and that it's going to be just you with your art and thinking about, okay, so where am I aiming? Is this something what I want? And sometimes it can be very complicated to do it by yourself, because of course you're an artist, you're very much influenced by your emotions, but ask your friend. That can be something what's going to work perfectly. So, but please choose something, because you can create stunning pieces, but if you don't know what's your journey, or you don't understand your journey, or you don't understand what's your destination, that can cause you a lot of troubles, and you can save yourself a lot of time and hassle and disappointment if you really know in the beginning what you want and how what's making you unique and what are you passionate about. So make decision, choose what's your, whether it's your unique technique or your unique style or your unique representation of your art, or like, I don't know, maybe you want to be artist who creates something and then burns it down. That can be your thing as well. Maybe you want to take only picture of it and then put it on a blockchain and do NFT out of it and sell it like that. That could be as well your style, but really make decision about it and properly do that and commit to it. And this is basically about staying consistent. And if you even sometimes feel like cheating on your style and exploring something else, go for it, do it. But it does not necessarily mean that you have to present it to your art lovers or art collectors or art partners or galleries. But usually usually they don't like it, I can already tell you. This is one of the big discussions which is all the time on the art market. I personally tell our artists, go and explore. Usually galleries don't like it, so think about it as well, guys. I believe this was a very interesting topic, and next week we're gonna be talking about how to build a kick-ass portfolio. I see that many artists are struggling with this and are actually not able to really present themselves in a good way. And this is something what you should definitely think about. So now there is actually time to have and to do Q&A. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to just like speak up or write it in a chat. I can answer to you. And in the meantime, I want to tell you that don't forget to sign up for our free consultancy session, which will be starting already next year. So we will be offering free sessions to artists who are interested in basically developing themselves even more. And this is as well connected with in our partnership with Norway Funds. So if you need more information or you would already love to sign up, please contact our team at curator@victoryart.eu. Um, if there are not any other questions, I would love to tell you thank you so much for joining us today. I very much personally enjoy it. Please let us know what you thought about this seminar. You can contact us at curator@victoryart.eu. At the same time, you will be able to find a transcription of this seminar, video, and presentation on our website already in a few days. And next week, we will be talking about portfolio. So don't forget to join us. Well, thank you so much, and I would love to wish you a great day. Bye.